Hey Cookout family, it's been a minute and I thought I would bring y'all on with me while I cook dinner. So today on the menu, I am making meatloaf, broccoli, and sauteed potatoes. So the other half of the Cookout the other half of the Cookout crew don't know that I'm cooking, but I thought it would be a pretty neat surprise to bring y'all a bonus video without him knowing, just kind of to surprise him after work, because we don't really have kids in the house. It's not a requirement for me to cook, and we usually just kind of like, you know, you get something, I get something, or we get something together. But it's always nice to have a home cooked meal, and I think Tony would enjoy that. So I thought I would cook up a meal and bring y'all along with me today on some bonus content. Let's get started. So as you know, we are vegetarian, and I'm pretty sure you're wondering, like, how you gonna make meatloaf? But listen, I get to show you what we use in order to make our meatloaf. So it is called Impossible Ground Beef. And I'm telling you, if I had never told you or just invited you over for dinner without you knowing that we were vegetarian, you would have no clue. So it's actually pretty good substitute for your traditional ground beef, and it mimics the same thing. So I'm going to put all the same ingredients that I would traditionally in a regular meatloaf. Your breadcrumbs, of course. You always need, a pepper. I don't know about y'all, but I definitely like to put a bell pepper and an onion inside of my meatless meatloaf. Try saying that 10 times. And as my base, well, not really my base, but as the top, most people end up putting like ketchup, but I don't use ketchup. Years ago, we were at the barbershop and Tony was getting his hair cut, and somebody was like, "Oh, I'm making meatloaf and it's gonna be barbecue meatloaf." And I was like, "Barbecue meatloaf? Like, But turns out it is really good, and we have been stuck on barbecue meatloaf ever since. So Sweet Baby Ray's. You hear me? The sweet and spicy, that is what I put on the top of my meatloaf when I am making it. And then, of course, I'm not hating, and broccoli out the bag is cool, but get y'all some fresh broccoli. Get you some fresh broccoli. It just hit better. It's just, my opinion, right? I always use unsalted butter, because ain't nobody trying to have no high blood pressure over here. But make no mistake, you need to season your meatless meatloaf. Season your meatless meatloaf. Now, don't give yourself high blood pressure, but season it to your liking. And then I am making sauteed potatoes. So I'm gonna cut these bad boys up really good in some fine cubes. Put some peppers and onions in there, put it in a pot, let it simmer, all that good stuff. So now that you know what I'm making and I showed you the ingredients, let's get to it. Now, the first thing you need to do is wash your hands. Don't nobody want you in a kitchen, or I don't want to come to y'all to eat your food and you don't even wash your hands. As most people may know, we do have a dog, a little doodle. But with that being said, he gets put up. Won't be roaming around in nobody's kitchen while I'm trying to cook and get everything together, right? Also, wash your hands with hot water. Don't be out here being nasty, just washing your hands with cold water. And make sure you wash your hands with soap. People just be out here all willy-nilly. Not over here, player. Not around here, player. Okay, so what I'm about to do is cut up our broccoli and then cut up dice up our potatoes for our sauteed potatoes. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that taken care of while the oven is heating up. Again, I put it on 400, and then what I would do is I'll show you how I mix up the ground, the meatless ground with the peppers, onions, eggs, and breadcrumbs. Again, we are vegetarian, but we do still eat eggs, so don't come for me. That's what we do. But yeah, I'm gonna show y'all here shortly. So let me get to slicing and dicing, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now we have our ground, our meatless ground inside of the bowl. And this is what I season our food with, right? I try to stay, again, like I said in the beginning, I try to stay away from a lot of salt. So a lot of the times I will use salt-free seasoning. And if I do put any salt on anything, it's usually Himalayan sea salt. So I have garlic and herb, salt-free seasoning, of course, garlic powder, onion powder, Tony's no salt seasoning, a little black pepper, and then again, some Himalayan sea salt. I will also use the breadcrumbs as a binder, and of course, eggs. Eggland's Best to me is the best eggs because of all the different vitamins and things like that, and they are vegetarian fed hens. Okay, and then of course I have cut up some peppers and onions, which I'm going to use the peppers and onions not only inside the meatloaf but also inside the potatoes too. So let me go ahead and get this all seasoned up, all mashed together and on a pan, and then I'll come back and season the potatoes as well, and get that tossed inside some avocado oil as well. So I'll be right back. Okay, so now that our pan has heated up, I'm gonna take our potatoes and I'm gonna put them in the pan and then go ahead and get those to start sauteing for us. Make sure y'all get everything up out of here now. Don't be scared to get your hands dirty. All right, we're gonna turn that down to medium so they don't burn. We're gonna put the top on and we're gonna let it do its thing. Okay, so it's been about 30-45 minutes since I put everything in. So now I'm just gonna go through and check on everything and see how everything is progressing. So what we wanna do is, first we wanna start with the meatloaf. And then once we start there, then we wanna move our way on to everything else. So let's check on everything and see how everything's going. All right, so it looks like everything is shaping up, going the way that I want it to go. So that is a plus. We have our broccoli back here that we have not put on just yet. We'll get that started at the end because as we know, broccoli does not take long to cook at all. So I'm gonna put everything, the top and everything back on that. I'm gonna go ahead and put the barbecue sauce on top of the meatloaf and then I'll check back in here shortly. Okay, as always, thank you for checking in with the Cookout couple, although it is one half of us today. But the other half is gonna be very happy and very surprised that he did get a meal when he got home from work. But look, let's take a look at my creation. Like I said, it is all vegetarian, meatloaf, smothered potatoes, and broccoli. Looks delicious, right? Yes, that's all me. That's all me. What the kids be saying. But again, if you made it this far, thank you. Thank you for always thinking of us, for checking in, for being a part of the Cookout crew. We'll catch you on the flip side. See you next week.